championship game appearance in the last 7 years. And what a tremendous, Bob, some people believe this could be the best Lassiter team of them all.
It's truly an amazing bunch of kids, and their new coach has done an outstanding job.
Let's get back into this thing. First of all, Tom, tell us about somebody great that we need to know about for Lassiter.
Well, over at Lassiter, they have 3 All-Americans, 3 All-State players, 2 All-Americans, but one that stands out is Garrett Shank. He's the heart and soul of this team. He is a team captain, a scholar athlete with a 3.5 average. He's first-team All-State. He has 63 points this year. He's a midfielder and has picked up 61 ground balls, second highest in points, and leads the team in ground balls. So he's an awesome player.
And a future South Carolina Gamecock. The starting lineups now for Lassiter, the home team tonight, looking for their second state championship. You see Lipsky and Shank, then Rowley and Fitzharris. Fitzharris will be all over the place tonight, Jack will. Then Wilson, Olson, and Carlson. And then there's Ryan Smith, the All-State, All-American goalie, Lopez and Careau. And here is what Brandon Leeser, the head coach for Lassiter, had to say about this matchup tonight.
Well, like any team, it's just special. It's special to be here. It's really special seeing as they had a lot of adjustments to make, me coming in as a first year. For some of the seniors, I'm the third coach they've had in 3 years. So the amount of work and the effort they had to put in to get here, the adjustments, everything they had to learn this year, I mean, that shows you the amount of work that they've put in. They've fought this whole season with heart. They've challenged themselves. They've challenged everything that they've learned prior to this, and to be here is just, it's unspeakable. So it's very special to us. It's the beginning of the season. Everybody said there's no way we'd get here, and here we are.
And a special season it has been for the Lassiter Trojans. They come in at 16-2 overall. They finished undefeated in their area at 6-0. They lost only to Milton this year earlier in the regular season, 6-3, and then lost to, of course, another powerhouse in boys lacrosse, Lubbock. Let's take a look at the keys to the game here on the GHSA Network, Bob.
The keys to tonight's game, in my opinion, is for Milton to shut down Lassiter's midfield. If they can keep their midfielders contained, they got a good shot at taking care of business tonight. On the other side, Lassiter needs to shut down Milton's attack, because they do like to score from the attack. So if they can quiet down that end, they'll have an opportunity. But tonight's going to be a big game. Who picks up them ground balls and who gets after it the most will be the winner.
And a big opportunity there around midfield to start things. Pushing, first shot on of the championship game is wide to the left and sent out of bounds.
And that was the gentleman we just spoke about earlier, Garrett Shank, taking the first shot of the game.
And the first opportunity for Jackson Cate, the junior goalie. You see him between the pipes there. In front, quick shot.
Ooh, nice save.
Yeah, very nice save. Well, Jackson's known for that. Both of these goalies, Bob, fill up the pipes nicely.
Oh, they've done a tremendous job on both ends. Both teams have great goalies, and that's what it takes to get to this state championship. You're going to notice these teams are they're patient. They're not going to force anything. They're going to wait for their opening and then take a great shot.
Two teams that can score and two teams that also play very good defense. You know, it's a big mystery. Bob and I talking at length before the start of this ball game. What sort of game would we see? Would it be like their previous meeting this year that was 4-3 with about 4 minutes left in that matchup in the regular season, ended at 6-3, but both of these teams can score.
There's a quick turnover, and Milton brings it upfield.
With Jenkins.
For those that aren't familiar with lacrosse, they have 30 seconds to clear the ball. Once they get across the midfield line, they have to get it in the box within 10 seconds.
At the top now. Evans Lockwood scored 4 goals against Centennial near the end of the regular season, and his first shot of the championship is wide off to the right. Ryan Smith not really challenged there too much, Bob.
No, he's the defenseman. Most defense will give you the bottom, but they'll take away top side. They want you to roll back under, and then they'll either get a slide or they'll give you a very small angle.
Nice defensive check there to slap the ball away, and it turns into a turnover.
There you go. Good hard defense wins every time.
Milton comes in at 18-3 overall. They finished 5-1 inside of a very tough region. They beat Lassiter, as I mentioned, during the regular season. They're two of their 3 losses. They lost to 3 unbelievable teams, Alpharetta and Harrison in overtime. And then we were talking about the fact that they lost to Lambert in the regular season. And where are they?
And Lambert's playing tonight for the 1 through 4A Georgia High School Championship. They'll be playing Pope at 7 o'clock. So we got some good lacrosse going on.
Both of these teams averaged 11 goals per ball game.
We had an offside there, so it looks like Lassiter will maintain possession.
Let's dive into these numbers a little bit, Bob. We were talking about what kind of a game are we going to see. Now, Milton, 11-6 was their per game average score. They had 12 games where they scored double digits during the season. Only gave up double digits defensively in 5 games.
They're tough. I mean, both of these teams, Milton allowed 6.5 goals per game, which is not a lot in lacrosse. So Lassiter has allowed 5 goals per game. So that's how tight this is.
You saw the shot by Ryan Glover there was sent away by the defenseman. And now the workaround. Up to the top. What do you see here early defensively for Milton, Bob?
Well, they're just coming out. They're going to come out and play their men. They're not going to slough in too much. They want to let them know that they're there. They're showing themselves, which means they're coming out and let the offensive player know that they're going to be guarded. And Lassiter's just going to move the ball and look for a quick cutter. A lot of times what will happen is they pass the ball around the crease, around the perimeter. Your defenders will get caught ball watching, and they'll back cut them. Kind of like what they would do in basketball. Well, we have our first flag of the day.
Now what's this call going to be?
I believe it's going to be a slash to the head. No, it's a hold. 30-second technical. So apparently that...
Man advantage?
Yep.
Right.
Yep, man up.
So a one-man advantage here in favor of the visiting Eagles from Milton, who has won the last 3 meetings between these two programs by a combined score of 24-15. That including last year in the state quarterfinals, they won 10-8. And 2 years ago in the state championship, they won that ball game 13-5. Before that, Lassiter had won the previous 4 by a 51-38 margin. A lot of history.
I'm telling you, that's why these teams have won 2 in the state.
A lot of history.
They are just good quality programs.
What did we figure? 5 combined state championship appearances?
Yeah, well, I know.
This is the 5th for Lassiter.
Yeah.
And 2nd for Milton. So a lot of history for these two teams.
Oh, there's a lot of history. This is what all the teams around the state look to emulate.
Right.
Milton and Lassiter.
Top 2 public school programs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from over the Gwinnett side of town, and I know all those teams are working to get better and better to compete with these folks. And some of them are starting to get there.
Lassiter, for the most part, controlled the tempo and the possession, but Milton's got, maybe their 3rd real opportunity here. Workaround behind net.
There it is.
Yep.
Oh, he gave it up.
It was Jenkins who had a shot.
Yep.
Justin Newell hits Jenkins, and Jenkins with a whip around.
Yep.
It is wide right and all the way over there to the officer in the iron gate.
It's a good look, but it's a tough shot because you have that goalie on the pipe and it takes away the angle. So you got to be pinpoint when you shoot that from that low on goal line extended.
Let's take a look at the replay.
He got his hands free, and that's what you want to do, get your hands free so you can fire the ball, and that's what he did.
Almost like a baseball player trying to hit an inside pitch, is it not? You want to pull your hands in,
well,
right?
You want to keep them away from the defender's stick is what you want to do. Those guys are constantly chopping on the hands.
At the top now. Trying to make a move, Sam Stoltz.
That's good defense right there. Drove him down the channel and pushed him outside.
In front, good stick lock up.
Good slide. Nice play, very nice.
And the ground ball pulled away by Ryan Smith, the co-captain of the team and the goalie. And now the penalty over, by the way. Milton's got possession back, but no longer a man up. Turnover.
Had a little bit of a miscue there, but good play, good aggressive play by Lassiter.
Going to be tough for Milton tonight. Two great goalies, but Ryan Smith, one of the best in the state, one of the best in the nation. First team in both.
First team All-State and All-American. He's going to go to University of Jacksonville and play for the for Jacksonville, another D1 program. So,
Dolphins, right?
Yeah, that is. It's the Dolphins. That's correct. Here we're trying to Lassiter's in clearing the ball. It was pretty easy cleared. I gave that long pole a free ride. So here we go. Just got to give it up. He stepped in the box, so he's all right.
Had a man streaking down, decided not to pass to him. What do you think?
Well, that'll happen. Sometimes you get honed in on one player and you're not looking like everywhere else. But, you know, it's a successful clear, and that's what you want.
They got Olsen down here on the near side 30. That was the man that they had streaking down into the box earlier. Instead, they'll set it up patiently just outside the box. Pushing.
Ooh, okay.
Hooray!
Yep. That was a nice reverse. He came down right, spun hard to his left, and Milton needed to get a quick slide there, and they didn't get it. So that resulted in a goal.
Tom Barret hits Clay Roel.
Right here, there should be a slide, and there wasn't that slide, and that's what'll get you.
Oh, my. Check that. That was Barret that scored. Tom Barret talked to his dad a moment ago in the press box before we got started. The sophomore gets on the board, and it's 1-0. The Lassiters lead the state championship game here early.
Milton just took the face-off, and they're going to go on the offensive end.
That's another storyline we'll have to talk about in great detail tonight. Both of these teams with fine face-off men. Back behind. Now work around. Jenkins gave it up. Thought about driving in.
Changing up on the fly here. Get some fresh blood on the field. Here we go.
And he'll get it immediately. You like that? Evans Lockwood on now. And Evans is a scorer. A little bit.
Yeah.
Evans doesn't have it now, but 21 there. You see at the middle of your screen. He outscored Centennial near the end of the season by himself in the second period. Oh boy, off the post to the left.
On the doorstep and hit the pipe. And wow.
I missed the shooter, but I didn't miss the pipe.
No,
and neither
looked
did
like
he.
He caught the low left pipe.
Oh,
yeah.
Nearly.
I tell you.
Hunter Santa. Boy, Hunter must have heard me talking a second ago about being the face-off specialist.
That's right. Here. Oh.
Yeah, Colin Hall had it.
Turnover.
Yeah, Colin Hall, Bob.
Yep.
They got checked in there, didn't he?
Yep.
Not a lot of contact, though.
No. You know, you just want to get those sticks in there and create a little havoc down there around the crease. You don't want to give a guy a free run. And Lassiter did a good job of shutting it down.
Boy, Smith comes all the way out, and his pass is intercepted, and he's got to get back quick, as does the Lassiter defense. Jenkins gives it up. It's Ryan Glover again. Now he'll work it around. In the middle, and scores.
There it is.
And we're all tied up. Colin Hall finally gets his opportunity, and at 4:59 in the first quarter, we're tied at 1 in the state championship game.
They just came down. Off the backside, they drew the man and left. Who was that?
Colin Hall.
Colin Hall.
Right in the middle.
Right down. 31. Wasn't even looking. Boom. Unfortunately, that happens.
Sharp play early. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. This is
oh boy, that could have been big.
Yeah.
You saw it.
Yeah.
You got a little excited there, didn't you, Bob?
He held on to it. I thought, we're going to get another one, but stuck with it, and Lassiter comes up with the ground ball, and now we're going on a clear.
That's why it's great having you up here, a current coach, a former player, the Hofstra Flying Dutchman.
Former.
Look at that.
Boom!
Oh, boy! What an amazing drive down and score!
Let the big dogs hunt.
Cash Carlson, a man with a 4.2 GPA, an All-Stater and an All-American.
I'd have to say that was a smart play by Cash. He's a first-team All-American, All-State. Beautiful. Nobody picks him up. Nobody thinks these long poles will shoot, but sometimes they'll fire. And the tough thing about a long pole shooting on a goalie, it comes from a different angle than the short stick.
Sure.
So they're not used to seeing that.
It's
so
like all knees and elbows, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's if you have a
Fitzharris. Jack with a good move. Collapsing in.
Oh, nice save.
And
nice
the save. Boy, oh boy. Big loose ball, big ground ball here that's loose.
Ooh.
Oh, a mad collision right there at midfield, and we got ourselves a flag.
We're getting probably an unnecessary roughness or threw a high elbow there. I mean, that happens. Kids don't do that intentionally. They're just excited to get to the ball. And
natural reaction sometimes.
Oh yeah, they're just running after the ball, and they see it. They see the ball, and they're not really watching the man. Oh, nice save right there.
Boy,
Very nice.
Right up around his head.
Yep. Good outlet pass and got him going the other way.
Jackson Kate, the goalie for Milton. We've mentioned his numbers and how good he is. 64% save percentage.
I don't like to see this, but Jake Jenkins is sitting over there on the bench getting attended to by the trainer. We hope he can come back in the game.
Oh, wow, an interception of the pass.
Nice pickoff.
Then they double team him defensively. Ball still loose, cradled nicely, and the possession kept. But he's really being pushed out, Bob.
Yeah, Milton's playing good man down defense. They try to skip past there, but Milton was wise to that.
Boy, oh boy, a tremendous job of holding possession by Hunter Rowley.
Very nice. He worked hard. He almost looked like he almost had his head taken off, but kept the ball. Oh
boy. Not a bad idea. You like the idea?
Great look.
Yep.
Handles that. That could be a goal. That's we're going the other way now. That's great man down defense right there.
A couple of Milton players scraggling behind, however, and Lassiter ended up with the numbers defensively.
Good timeout right there.
Yep.
You can see the Lassiter player was getting into a little problem with where to throw the ball, and the coach threw a good timeout in there to keep possession.
2 goals for Colin Hall from Milton, the attacker. And this is the kind of moment I talked about. Colin Hall scoring his 2 goals, and that's big. That's what kind of team this is.
Well, early in the day, I think we asked Coach Dell what he felt was special about this team.
Just a great group of young men. They've all worked real hard. They work as a team. We don't really have individuals or people that are worried about stats. Just everybody's worried about the end goal, making it to this game and being successful today.
And to my point, Colin Hall, not one of their big scorers. They're in the state championship game, and he's got 2.
Right, and it's a team sport.
Right.
You hang your hat on one player, it could be tough because you need other guys stepping up.
And Tom Dell, he's a numbers man, and by that, of course, I mean he's a math teacher at Milton High School.
I have to say, I'm very impressed with Coach Leeser's done at Lassiter, being a first-year coach and bringing him to the state championship.
Even for a Pittsburgh guy, right?
That's impressive.
No.
He's a Northeasterner. That's the deal.
You guys all stick together, right?
We do.
Okay. All right, big possession here.
Go.
5:40 left, second quarter. Milton up by a goal.
They score here. It'll be a first 2-goal lead this whole game.
I want to thank all of you out there for joining us here on the GHSA Network, or if you're joining us on YouTube, Play On Sports channel. Look at this shot, deflected.
That wasn't bad. Notice how they got Lassiter all to slough in on the crease, and they left. That was a 10-yard shot from out there. That's a good shot.
Zach Jenkins. Sorry about that,
pass.
I mean to step on you there.
okay.
Here's Zach again. Be a Colorado Buffalo next year. Oh, beautiful pass, and it turns into a goal.
Nice.
Beautiful pass by Zach
nice.
Jenkins.
That was very patient, and again, you notice the guy up top had his head up, looking, and who was at that? Who scored that?
Holy smokes! That is Brandon Davis on the goal, I believe. Number
Davis
8
catches the ball below goal line extended, and takes a half a step upfield and scores.
Yep.
Very nice.
4-2 now.
There's that 2-goal lead I was talking about.
Boy, and I mentioned earlier, mentioned what I'd say maybe 5 minutes into this one, how Lassiter was controlling the ball, controlling.
Oh, we got a draw right off the face.
They had tempo and pace,
oh,
and now they
one.
trail by 3.
Oh boy!
Milton has completely turned this one around.
Well, I'll be honest. This lacrosse is a game of runs.
It's Hunter Rowley, by the way. Just taking a look at it.
And that was off. That was off the defender's stick. Boy, that was good concentration by Hunter Rowley. That ball hit a defender's stick, and he hung with it, caught it, and shot. Very nice play.
16th goal of the year for Hunter Rowley, the sophomore attacker. Talked about the depth of Lassiter earlier. Well, you talk about depth. Milton's got it as well. Sophomore attacker. You see another view of it here.
Just a nice play. I'll tell you what, you look at your attackmen, they're generally not that huge, but they're tough little guys.
Oh, yeah.
So they got to go get close to the goal and take a beating when they shoot.
And when they're very good passers, they're very, very good players.
Very effective.
Not just scorers, but when they're great passers, that's when they're indispensable.
Now, Milton's job is not to lose momentum. Lassiter's job is to come back, get a quick goal, and take the momentum back. And this next 5 minutes are going to be pretty important.
Right, and that's a big thing. You want to keep this thing close, keep it manageable.
Yep.
No more goals in the last 5 minutes. This has got to stay a 3-goal game or less.
Yeah, because if you widen that gap and you get a bigger lead, then you can start playing the clock.
Right.
Start playing the milk the clock game, and that's tough on the other team. But I'm not, in my opinion, Lassiter will be back. This is going to, they're a well-tested team. Lassiter has been everywhere to play lacrosse. They had the toughest schedule.
Oh, yeah. Played Macaulay this year.
Played Macaulay.
Nationally renowned team out of Tennessee, in the Chattanooga area.
Right. They played Macaulay. And
Milton, Lovett, Etowah, Harrison, Walton.
Right. And again, I might have to take that back because Milton did go out of state and play down in Florida and played up in North Carolina. So, they play good quality competition and makes them better.
Another possession offensively for Milton.
See what they're doing here? They just exchange through the box.
Oh, boy.
Oh, here we go. Now this is a legit fast break.
All right, pass off. Fitzharris.
There it is.
Oh, what a beautiful give and goal and score.
Nice
Jack Fitzharris, who leads his team in points. A first-team All-Stater. The junior attacker gets his team back to within 2.
I tell you, I knew this wasn't going to be a runaway. This is going to be a tie. Here we go. A nice play by Bennett Marvitt. And then a nice finish. A nice finish right there. Oh, Milton comes away with a face-off this time. Ball went out of bounds. Milton gets it back off the shot. In lacrosse, the man closest to the ball when it goes out of bounds is the team that's going to get possession.
Got to correct myself from earlier, by the way. As we see the possession deep here, shot on, and it heads out of bounds.
That's going to Lassiter's way.
I credited that last goal for Milton to the wrong player. Let me get that right.
I think it was Fitzharris, wasn't it?
I think it was Evans Lockwood, the last Milton goal. Another push. And a good bounce shot and save.
Swallowed that one up. And now we're going the other way, but they good hustle to get in the hole and slow this down.
Two-goal game.
Tom Bear got in the hole, slowed it down.
Couple of changes, one for each team.
Moving the ball.
Wellham with it. Searching for somebody, trying to penetrate in.
Nice check.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, he almost took that one right away from Smith, didn't he?
You know, if you hit the goalie's stick when he's still inside the crease, that's interference. And you get possession.
Took off before he had it. And Milton's got it back. And also got numbers, at least for a split second. Jake Duran there to pick it up. Wellham. Jared ends up giving it up to Jenkins.
I have to say, both these teams are patient. They don't force the issue when it's not there.
2.5 minutes. Stoltz to Jenkins to Wellham, then back behind.
He got the ball back at X. He's looking.
Boy, Smith wanting to challenge him. Look at him poking him out. Jenkins throws it back to the top half. It's poked away, but still the possession kept by Newell. Then a give off and a drive in, and it's poked away. And another push for the men of Troy.
Oh, another good check by.
Oh my! Well, that a tremendous defensive play. Milton's got it, and they've got on rushers.
Brandon Davis, nice ride there.
Score!
And a score.
Wow, what a pass and what a score. It's Jake Jenkins, the 31-goal scorer, has his first of the afternoon.
You know, this doesn't go down in the scorebook, but that started with Brandon Jenkins. Brandon Davis. He rode hard. He didn't let that defender get the ball across midfield easily. And that resulted in the ball coming right back and a good score.
The assist goes to Jared Wellham. And then it was a bounce shot by Jake Jenkins. And the sophomore gives his team now a 3-goal lead again. And they're looking for more.
Oh, yeah.
It's a dangerous time to be a Trojan. Minute and a half.
Well, got a key. You got to get some offense.
Looks like they're playing defense for their lives here, Bob.
Yeah. Well, Milton's forcing it. I mean, look. I mean, they're shooting when they're on the ground.
Yeah.
And then they just want to keep shooting. Oh, that's not good. I hope he's all right.
That'll give us a break-in play here.
Well, you have Alex Lipsy sitting on the bench for Lassiter, who got hurt earlier. And I didn't get the number of that player. He's down right now. I hope he's okay.
3 goals for Lassiter. Tom Barre, Jack Fitzharris, and Cash Carlson. And they led 2-1 at one point, did Lassiter. But Milton put on an offensive barrage after being down 2-1. If you see the score there in front of you, they've outscored them 5-1. Goals by Brandon Davis, 2 by Colin Hall. A goal by Jake Jenkins just a moment ago. Justin Newell and Evans Lockwood have added goals as well. And finally, Brandon Davis now to his feet.
And Brandon Davis was a young fellow I complimented earlier for doing a great job on the ride that resulted in the goal. So I'm glad to see he's up and moving, and hopefully he's all right. I love these good hustling kids. You know?
Yeah, he came flying down the field, found Wellham behind the net. Wellham just cradled it for a second before he found Jenkins for the goal. A minute. Boy, they've been patient yet explosive, Bob.
Yeah.
Another one.
It's like Lassiter's sitting in a bit of a zone right now.
Still loose.
Lassiter's got it.
You like that call, the zone? Yeah, you're right, because I just noticed that right as you said it. They're not coming up and pressing necessarily.
No, you know, it's not a bad defense to settle things down, to kind of calm everyone down a little bit.
Slow the pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's when you know, a team jumps into a zone, when they've been playing man-to-man the whole game, and suddenly they see a zone, the offense gets a little it kind of shakes them a little bit because they don't understand why their man isn't following them, because they're moving from an area to an area, and one guy lets him go and lets someone else pick him up.
Timeout called by Brendan Leeser, the first-year head coach of the Lassiter Trojans. And you had a conversation with him before the ball game, did you not?
Yeah, I asked Coach Leeser earlier today what was special about this team, and this is what he had to say.
The season's pretty amazing because you can watch how we've progressed. If you watch the beginning of the season, middle of the season, end of the season, I mean, there's a true progression on where we are. And where we are going into this game and even the playoffs, we're a different team than we were in the beginning and in the middle. I mean, we've just continued to keep advancing and progressing. The kids themselves, they have a special kind of bond amongst themselves, and you can kind of see how they've gelled and they've come together to respond to each other. So, you know, they like playing together. They like feeding off of each other. And honestly, we have such special captains that the team will follow anything they set on field. So it's amazing to watch.
And Brandon Leeser's team playing very well as of late. I mentioned earlier, they've scored double digits 11 times this year in their 18 ball games, including 8 of the last 9. So they're nowhere near out of this thing.
Oh, no. I was bringing up earlier, lacrosse is a game of runs. The team could go on a 4-goal scoring spree, and another team can come back and put 5 on you. And next thing you know, you were up 4, down by 1. So that's the way it works. You never quit. Everyone keeps working, and good things happen.
That has certainly been the storyline of this one. Shot wide.
Just a shot right off the go.
15 seconds and a Lassiter possession. Maybe one last chance. Jack Fitzharris down in front. The errant pass goes out of bounds, and Milton will have 4 seconds.
You try to skip pass, and sometimes when you're throwing the ball between all those people, it's tough to see it coming at you. I'm looking for Garrett Shank to do something. He's their heart and soul, and if anyone's going to get him back, he'll get him in.
Deep throw down over the head of his intended man, and we go to the break. Our halftime break in the 5A Boys Lacrosse State Championship game. Milton has outscored Lassiter 5-1 as of late and owns a 3-goal lead at the half from Frank Philman on the GHSA Network.
Scholarships annually to deserving high school boys who have a passion for the sport of lacrosse and a desire to improve. Since the Ron Maloney Fund's inception in 2005, GLOA has been able to provide scholarships to over 50 deserving players from the state of Georgia to attend lacrosse games. If you would like to learn more about the Ron Maloney Fund, please visit the GLOA website online at GALAXREV.com and click Memorial on the top right tab. We are happy to have several of the award winners with us here tonight. The others were presented their awards at halftime of the other championship game. Presenting the scholarships are members of the Georgia Lacrosse Officials Association. The 2012 Ron Maloney Award winners are J.T. Berry, Lakeside Evans High School. John Dempsey, Lakeside Atlanta High School. Zachary Halbig, St. Pius X Catholic High School. Greg Jaquette, Archer High School. Robert Johnson, Dunwoody High School. Josh Jones, Collins Hill High School. Kyle Kitchens, Decatur High School. Cody Lewis, Collins Hill High School. Andrew Martinez, Collins Hill High School. And Jacob Samuels, River Ridge High School. Let's have a round of applause for all our scholarship winners. Sports Authority is the sport industry retailer of the
Back on the campus of Lassiter High School for the 2012 5A Boys Lacrosse State Championship game. Thanks for joining us here on the GHSA Network, where the visiting Milton Eagles lead the homestanding Lassiter Trojans 6-3. Alongside Bob Lombardo, I'm Chris Mooneyham. Bob, an interesting first half.
Oh, very good first half. You know, it was back and forth. We have our first goal, quick slide on the crease, and
Colin Hall, 1 of 2 for him.
right, Milton opened up with the first blood.
Then Lassiter came back and scored 2 consecutive. Here's the other, the second of the 2 Milton goals.
Right.
Justin Newell.
Came from behind and just worked hard to get open and put a nice shot in. And there it is again. And now we got a nice feed right there. Good look. Steps out, meets the ball, and puts it right in the back.
Brandon Davis scored that goal. Nice. This was the big one.
Yeah, look at it. And I got to tell you, Justin Newell did a great job of keeping his eye on the ball. It bounced off a defender's stick. He still corralled it and shot.
And now Lassiter.
I believe this is a fast break goal. Yes, very nice.
Back live here. The opening face-off, and loose ball, ground ball picked up by Milton. So they trailed 2-1. Trailed 1-0, trailed 2-1. Lassiter scored 5 of the next, Milton scored 5 out of the next 6 goals in this one.
Now Lassiter's back to the man-to-man.
First turnover, 40 seconds into the second half.
Now here you're going to see Milton ride. If they can keep him from clearing the ball in 30 seconds, they can get the ball back. This is where the attack's got to work hard. Now that's good hustle right there. They shut him down, they turn him around. Again, they force the ball back, and that's going to make it tough because the clock is ticking against these guys.
And
here's a quick turnover.
An empty goal and a score. And
Again.
could that be the one that is the backbreaker? It's Justin Newell.
Justin Newell working hard on attack, riding. Aaron picks up the ball, score. Nice job.
7-3 and a long way to go, Mr. Lombardo, but that is big.
It is big. And I don't need to interrupt you, but it's Dr. Lombardo.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. I forgot you guys had that doctor title. You got to make sure to slip that in there, right?
There's nothing wrong with shameless advertising.
Yeah. Why don't you give us the address and the phone number while you're at it? Justin Newell.
It'll flash on the screen any second.
Newell with the 7th goal for the Eagles of Milton, looking for their 2nd state championship today. Now, what in the world am I talking about? The Milton girls already won the state championship at their classification, or at their level, rather. Oh boy. Too much contact.
There was, you know, he let the first thing go away, you know, a little shove, let that go, but then when the stick came down, he had to call that.
Yeah, I want to finish that thought. The Milton girls beat Roswell to win their state championship 18-4. Now, you want to talk about dominance.
Oh.
The Milton girls have won, I think, all but 2 of the state championships in state history.
I tell you what, we got to move some of this over to Gwinnett. I'm sorry. I'm going to push for it.
Here we go.
Here we go.
7-3. Milton out in front. Under 11 minutes now. Nice. Nice
That was a
pass.
good look right there.
Fitzharris put the shot on, but there was contact on top of him. His stick was altered just a bit. His cross was altered.
This would be big for Lassiter right here. They need to get a goal here.
Now, these next few possessions, extremely important, and this one turns into a turnover. The long stick of Durand came away with it. His pass a little shy, but in the end, Mavrer comes away with it. And he'll be the man to set it up. Bennett gives up and promptly heads off the turf. Zach Jenkins. Zach got a guy coming in on him from behind. He spots him at the last second as his bench is yelling at him. Back into the box. Cradle. Dish off to the top. This is Glover now. Ryan Glover gives off right down in front. This could be big.
Good check right there.
By the long stick, it's loose. That was Cash Carlson that knocked that one away, Doc.
Get a push from behind. Yeah, push.
Yep. Now, wait a minute. That one's going against Lassiter.
Yeah, I think the Lassiter player pushed the Milton player from behind.
Okay, my mistake. I thought you meant it was a push on Milton.
No. When they're going for that ground ball, when it was loose.
They keep possession. Lockwood gives off. Nope. I think that was somewhere in between a pass and a shot for Evans Lockwood.
Right.
Substitutions. You'll see it when we pan back to the top of the screen.
This is where the
oh boy,
the semblance to hockey.
Holy smokes.
That's an unforced error right there.
Yeah, that's not a great possession there. Milton going to take over inside Lassiter territory.
You can't see it, but you can see all these guys coming in and out. It's just like in hockey, they're going over the boards. These guys have, as long as they go through the box, it's okay to substitute on the fly. You got to have 3 guys on the offensive end, 4 on your defensive end, and your middies go up and down.
And as we've mentioned, these two teams do it a whole lot. Substituting, I mean.
Oh, yeah. Well, they got the depth to do it.
Willem. Work around. Here's Jenkins. Now back to the top for Santa, who gives off to Newell. Now back to Jared Wellham.
Told you earlier that the clock becomes your friend when you get up a couple of goals.
Justin
they're in
gives
no
off
rush.
Evans Lockwood with a bounce shot that is errant, but down in front. Milton had a chance of possession. Instead, it's a break for Lassiter.
You gotta like a midi with wheels.
Police gives off. Oh, crisp passing and it turns into a bounce goal. Hunter Rowley.
It was very nice ball movement right there.
Oh my!
And again, it started off with hustle. Willie Police grabbed the loose ball, took off downfield, outran everybody, got it into the corner, moved the ball, score.
I hope we've got those mics stationed in the right spots around this venerable old stadium, because if we do, you've heard the crowd that just rose to their feet in exultation here as their team is back to within 3 goals. The home faithful very happy with that goal.
Oh, and Lassiter's getting the ball back.
I like this call as well. Some energy in this old building might help.
Tell you, it's a game of runs, another goal, and they're going to be right back into this.
Rowell off to Gant. Gant puts it back to Fitzharris to set up. Jack going to try to do it himself. Well, that's about the 6th shot that Jack has taken with a man right on top of him.
Yeah, they know they got to cover him tight.
He's a shooter. Coming up on the 7.5-minute mark. Jack give off down in front this time, and the ball is loose. And the ground ball picked up. All right, Jackson Kate. Loose ball.
Coming back the other way.
Whistle.
Yeah.
Nope.
No interference call.
Yep. Going back, that call in favor of the men in blue. Here's that goal.
Look at this.
Police pushing.
He just speeds away from his man, looks to the corner. Could have shot, did the right thing, moved the ball, and then he moves it again, which is very, I mean, that takes discipline not to just let it go on the goal.
David
nice
Olsen.
ball movement.
Sorry about that, Doc.
That's okay.
David Olsen on the second pass. David
Yes.
Olsen gets the assist. Two very unselfish plays there that resulted in the goal for the junior, or the sophomore attacker, rather. 3 goals, much more manageable than 4.
Yes.
Big difference. Kind of like in baseball. 2 runs, much bigger than 1.
It's a psychological thing, too. You
Right.
don't want to see that wall get too big. That mountain gets too high. Climbing it gets a little tougher.
You can make a great play and score a great goal, and anybody can score 2 soft goals.
Right.
So 3, much more manageable than 4. But the way they played as of late, if they could get this thing down to 2, Lassiter, I mean,
Yes.
this place would really start to rattle.
And it wouldn't shock me that they do it.
Gonna have to stiffen on defense there.
Now, that was a good slide right there.
The defense has struggled a tad bit here over about the last period and a half. Willem's been an instigator. Give off. Bounce shot and a great save by Ryan Smith.
Nice save.
Ryan Smith with maybe not the most beautiful save, but the biggest save of the game so far on the shot by Zach Jenkins.
There he goes. Good look. That was a good outlet.
Don't forget, folks, if you want a copy of this state championship game, you can go to GHSA.net and order a DVD copy of the ball game and any championship events for that matter. For this year, last year, going a few years back, any of the championship game coverage you want from any other sports, GHSA.net. Big moment.
Being patient.
Closing in on the 5-minute mark.
Garrett Shank. Ooh, nice double move. Nice.
And go goal! You called it! Garrett Shank, what a move!
I told you earlier, he's going to get these guys going. He's their heart and soul. He's not quitting.
And the captain does what the captain does best, gets his team back in it and scores a huge goal.
Right
It's 7-5, the leader in the heart with his first points of the game.
Boom, boom. 2 good moves, and then he finishes.
They got 3 co-captains on this team, Doc, but Shank is the, without question, head guy on this team. His coach, Coach Brandon Leeser, calls him the heart and the leader of his team.
Absolutely.
Crucial face-off.
Oh, we got a hold on the face. That's unfortunate.
For Shank, that's his 36th goal of the year and puts him up to 64 points. First team All-Stater. 2-goal game. Good contact, top of the box.
You're going to notice Lassiter are going to be playing their men a little bit tighter. Oh,
Now
good
2
double.
men and 3.
Oh, there it is. Good back check.
Can they come up with the ground ball? Nope. Milton's got it.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, yeah, they did get it.
He looks for that long outlet, and he finds his man.
Is this Carlson? No, not quite Carlson. Looks like Blake Wilson. Who's pass.
Tough break.
Yep. Now Milton going to try to slow it down, aren't they?
Yeah. They want to get across the midfield line. They got 10 seconds to get it in the box once they cross the midfield line. And then they're going to just most likely take their time a little bit.
Love the timed rules to get them from each section of the field. No stalls allowed, right?
No, and if you do get, if the referees think you're stalling, they'll tell you to keep it in. And you got to keep it inside the box on the offensive end. And if it comes out, you lose possession.
They'll tell you verbally before they penalize you, correct?
Yeah, they'll say,
hey, let's get it moving.
They'll say keep it in, and just have to step out and you lose possession.
So Ryan Smith behind his goal.
Okay, Lassiter's got to take advantage of some of these opportunities right now.
They trail by 2, 3.5-minute mark coming up in the third. Smith throwing a lot of long balls so far in this one.
Oh,
and he
that was
finds
a
his
nice
man.
out. That was a nice pass right there. By
Hooray.
Oh.
Is hacked, and the ball's popped loose. Boy, what a great job there by Michael Ciccone.
Good hustle to come back and check him like that.
Nothing better than championship games at the high school level because of the passion.
Good
and when you get a close one, oh boy.
Right. Oh.
Got a chance.
There's a good look. Oh.
Oh, the extra pass.
Yeah, well.
Great idea. Great idea, Doc.
Great idea.
David Olson trying to hit Rowley.
Might have hurt it just a little bit, but still it was a great thought.
Would you have rather him take that shot or pass it?
You know, in that situation,
I'm not asking you to,
maybe
no
take
criticism,
the shot.
but you think you'd rather him take it?
Yeah.
No wrong or right decision in that situation.
Yeah.
Kid did the unselfish thing.
He did.
Love it.
Exactly. I was just going to say he did the unselfish thing.
And let's look at it.
Man. See, he could have taken, although the goalie did have eyes on him.
That's right. Yeah, good point.
But he had a cutter. He just got to the wrong side of him. But that happens.
Just a tad bit behind him. Clock stops at 2:58. Third quarter from the Frank in Marietta. Lassiter looking for their second state championship in their 5th state championship game. Look at that. And a turnover.
Yeah.
Milton in their second state championship game looking for their second state title. They beat Lassiter 13-5 back in 2010. There's the Milton faithful you see there looking for their second state championship. They traveled well today.
I tell you what, the sport is just booming, not only in the state of Georgia, but across the country, and it's good to see.
National championships on ESPN this afternoon. I watched before I headed out of the house. Boy, Maryland really handling Hopkins today.
Right, unranked Maryland.
.240 left, and the clock begins to roll.
There's a pick.
Nice.
Oh,
big
right
goal
there. And who shot that? Garrett Shank.
Garrett Shank, the future Gamecock. Boy, by the end of this one, he may lead his team in points.
I'll tell you what. My hat's off to him. He's playing hard.
3 consecutive goals for the Trojans of Lassiter, and the crowd lets them know about it. Garrett Shank, his second consecutive, and the captain brings his team back to within 1. A top shelf in the 1-hole goal.
Pretty shot. Pretty shot.
Who's he blowing kisses to?
Everybody right now.
Yeah. Boy.
Oh.
Still loose.
Still.
Milton possession. Ciccone comes out with it. And he gets
Good
it up.
Good defense right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Loose.
That'll be a good goose right there.
Still a fight.
Goose.
This could be big. Milton comes away with it. And a whistle.
Timeout. Milton called a timeout.
Love it. Good timeout by Tom Dell.
So his man might have been in a little trouble. Settle him down, call timeout, settle him down, get ready for maybe pull a play and score a goal, because Lassiter is definitely getting the mo back.
7-6 ball game. 7-6 match in the state championship between arguably the 2 most successful public school programs in our state.
300. And earlier we had an opportunity to talk to Coach Dell and ask him what he likes about coaching.
Just working with the young guys, being able to lead them in their efforts and be able to be successful and really teach them what it means that hard work leads to success.
He's a numbers guy. Mentioned it earlier, he's a math teacher.
Oh, that doesn't hurt.
The numbers have started to turn away from his team here over the last few minutes. 3 consecutive goals by Lassiter.
That's it. 3 unanswered goals. Put some juice back in Lassiter's tank. They got a little more pep in their step as they come back on the field. Fans are getting jacked up. This is going to be a big finish. It could be one of those games. Comes down to the last possession.
2:07, and look at the crowd here down below us rise to their feet. Boy, what a moment this is turning into. 2:07, third quarter, 1-goal game. Milton starts out of the timeout. Nice check. Got a little too much contact around the head, though, I think.
No, they didn't call it. They let that go.
Yeah,
incidental contact.
Zach Jenkins getting mobbed down there. A turnover nonetheless. Ryan Smith looking to start a break. Cash Carlson. Pass just a tad bit behind his intended man.
Back with it, though. Good hustle, get back on the loose ball.
Stuart Goodall. Give it up to man trailing behind, and now back to the top in Shank.
And there's your man Shank. He's getting ready.
Garrett. Gonna see another double move.
No, he's looking to dump at that time. Looking to draw and dump. There it is.
Shot on and a good save. Good save on the right side there by Jackson Kate. That one was put right down around his right knee. Did a good job of staying with it. Under a minute. Third quarter play in the state championship game. Good check right there at midfield.
Very nice. I like 27. He's a hustler. He's one of those unsung heroes. Plays good defense. Gets the ball downfield quick.
Well, mobbed by 2 men. The ball is popped out. No call made, and it turns into a break.
That's it.
Michael Bridgers. A long stick man give off and a whip around shot.
Lassiter's doing a nice job of sloughing down on the crease now, not giving him easy shots.
That was Rowley. Let's take a look at it. Oh, no, there's the save.
Nice
Pardon
save.
me. Kate, a co-captain for his team, Jackson Kate. Fitzpatrick, 22's got possession, puts a shot on in the bounce shot.
And that's a good-looking shot because he's shooting low and away. The goalie's going to hog the pipe on his side and give him the opening to the right, or if you face the goal, the left, and that's a good look right there.
Tough shot, though.
Tough
you don't
shot.
have time to whip back around, turn your body all the way back around and put the shot on the left side,
but
on the right side of it.
You're right, but that's where you want to put the ball.
Okay. You make the spin move, you give the goalie a chance to readjust, huh?
Right.
Okay. Well, strategy up here being talked about in the booth, and a lot of strategy will be talked about on the respective sidelines as Milton owns a 1-goal lead going to the 4th period at Lassiter. 7-6 the edge in the state championship game.
This has been a very entertaining game, I'll tell you. And this is what we expected, the close game. You know, earlier it looked like, it could become a blowout, but it's not with these two teams. These kids hustle, they work hard, they're well coached. And we have 12 minutes to determine who's going to be the state champion. And like I said, I think it's going to come down to last possession.
Let's roll through one more scoring summary here. The scoring for Lassiter with 6 goals on the afternoon and evening. Garrett Shank has scored the last 2 for his team. He has 2. Tom Barre with a goal as well. Actually, the opening goal of the ball game. Hunter Rowley with a goal, Jack Fitzharris with 1, and Cash Carlson, the long stick man, came all the way in, and nobody came after him. You love that goal, and he scored.
He came right down the pipe.
That made the game a 2-1 match in favor of Lassiter. It turned very quickly as Milton went on a scoring barrage. Milton got goals from Brandon Davis, 2 from Colin Hall, 1 from Jake Jenkins, 2 from Justin Newell, and then 1 from Evans Lockwood.
And here's this is a good hustling play right there. 2-7. He comes down and his name, Police. He draws. He could have shot there, and he didn't. He moved the ball, and then they moved it again. They made that one extra pass and totally took the goalie out of position. Very nice play. Very unselfish by all players. And here's Garrett. Watch this double move. I love it. And then a nice finish. Good overhead, hard shot.
The Lassiter student body right down here in the student section, jumping and cheering and chanting as we're back to live play.
And another one by Garrett.
Now.
Now we're back to live action.
It's 1-0 Lassiter and 2-1 Lassiter. And then 6 out of the next 7 goals were scored by Milton. They built a 7-3 lead. Now we're back to 7-6.
I like this because without having a big spread, both teams have got to force the issue. They can't sit back and just play catch. They have to attack the goal because they know a 1-goal lead isn't going to hold up.
No stalling here. Evans Lockwood, who can be an explosive scorer if he needs to be. Don't fall asleep on him.
Oh.
Got a man. Poked away. Great defensive
nice
play.
Defense. And a good pickup on a ground ball and a good outlet pass.
That was David Lopez that jarred that one loose. And as you said, it turns into a break. Bridger Carreau. Give off. Fitzharris put a shot on that ricochets off of a defender and goes out of bounds.
Nope. It's a goalie's ball. It's the man closest to the ball when it goes out, not closest to the end line. That's what people get a little confused about sometimes. You'll hear the fans get all riled up. It's the appropriate call. The goalie was closest to the ball when it went out. You hear coaches get riled up too. I've done it a few times.
No. Pshaw. Push. Sticks his feet in the ground and gives it away.
Settle down. We're in a 2-3-1 offense. Go to a 2-2-2. Oh.
Not a sharp pass.
Oh.
And
oh, that's a nice play. They had the numbers. Nice bounce shot.
A score!
Tough bounce shot.
We're tied at 7 at 10:06 left in the championship game.
You know, these kids love going top shelf and all, but that is a smart shot. That was a great bounce shot. Got in, snuck in just under the top pipe for a goal.
And boy, they're celebrating here, Doc, but they're awfully calm as well down on the Lassiter sideline, and the Lassiter faithful. Let's see it.
Yeah, and you younger guys, watch this. Not everything's got to go high. A good, smart, hard ground bounce shot is a great shot in lacrosse. Boom.
Great pass. Another great pass by David Olson. David
Olson
hits Hunter Rowley.
I tell you, I like the way they're playing unselfish and moving the ball.
Second goal for Rowley. High drama in the 5A state championship game in boys lacrosse. We're tied at 7. Now both sidelines.
They're back into 2-3-1.
Both fan bases, I mean, making a lot of noise.
And now they're
spin. Search. Being checked. Give off.
Oh.
Lockwood.
Oh,
gives off.
Good look.
Sidearm shot that's no good.
Milton's ball.
That one was put on by Zach Jenkins, the 18-goal scorer.
Again, that was a nice look. He got down in, everyone slept in, he passed it back up top. The guy was wide open.
Again.
Oh.
And again wide. This time Colin Hall, who already has 2 goals in this one.
You know, the thing is, when you're shooting, you want to go high to low or low to high. You want to change the ball flight for the goal.
Lockwood.
Kind of like that.
Evans Lockwood. I've been talking about it all afternoon, and Evans Lockwood has his 2nd goal of the ball game. His 2nd goal of the championship, and all Evans Lockwood does is score big goals.
Nice play. Nice shot. Good hard overhand shot.
Evans with the goal here.
There it is. Good feed inside and a big finish. That was a nice fish. Top shelf.
Wow.
You know, I don't mind. That's a good shot because nobody's on his hands. He's got a good look. Take it.
Big face-off. And Hunter Santa wins another one for Milton. Boy, oh boy. One of the best face-off men in the state.
And that's a huge, huge advantage when you got guys that can face off for you.
Now he's a 60, I believe, 8. Can't look down and read my numbers because I'm watching the furious action here.
Oh, and Milton comes up with that one. The blue hustled all over that one.
Oh, and he put a shot on as he was hit by 2 men and a flag.
That's gonna hurt. We got a guy going out. Unfortunate. A little overexcited.
8:38 left.
64%. You're right.
Yep.
Hunter Sana.
Let's take a look at the last goal again. Evans Lockwood.
Oh, just rifled it.
Whose name will be etched in history as the hero of this one? Will it be the name of Lockwood? We're 8:35 away.
See how Lassiter plays that man down now.
You mentioned it. Milton a man up now with the penalty.
Good check.
Oh, mine. He's got position on him, Bob. Still loose. Inside. Milton's got it back.
This is where it gets a little crazy when it gets.
Yep. That little scrum down in front.
Yeah, and man down. The man down team lose sight of where they should be, and that's can cost you. But they settled in and played it well.
Milton not trying to clog the area in front of the net and screen off Smith, the goalie. Instead, they've elected to spread it out. Is that your plan of action? Spread it out as opposed to blocking the goalie off?
Yeah. Spread it out. Make the defense make big slides.
Wow.
And then
great defensive play made there. And they'll say he stepped out of bounds, but still a good effort there made by the defender to at least stave off the rest of the penalty. Or am I wrong? Is the penalty not over?
No, we're even.
Yeah, okay. I was going crazy.
Yep, no, we're even.
7:40 left now.
Willie Police came in just now as a 6th player, who's been an outstanding defensive player today.
Big chance.
Oh, nice stop.
What a save up against his chest.
Nice stop. Very nice. And it was a good move, a good shot.
The shot by Newell and the save by Smith. Ryan Smith's been pretty good today.
Boy, this makes you a little nervous when the goalie wants to come that far out.
Holy smokes. No, it doesn't come back to bite him. Dishes off to Olsen. Ooh. David Olsen's done some amazing pass work in this one. It's loose for the tie, and the bounce shot is corralled. By,
smart play by the attack. He came upfield there and got the outlet pass.
And now a change. 2 men for Lassiter, 1 for Milton. Milton with possession in a 1-goal game. Now a second change.
They're changing on the fly here to try to get some fresh legs on our offense.
Wellham. Guy they really trust with the ball in his hands, in his cradle. Shot.
Nice. Good movement.
Sam Stoltz on the shot there. Closing in, 6-minute mark. Jarrett again. Mobbed by 2 men. Now gives it up. Had to.
It was good defensive play. Got his help he needed up top and turned him out.
19 pushing in. Nick Newell.
Yep.
And he's forced out.
Lassiter's doing a good job of jumping from the blind side.
Penalty.
Someone got, I didn't see.
Maybe see it yet until
maybe there was a slash.
Ball falls. Shot on, and it's
that's outside.
Off the back of the net.
Who's going?
I believe he called Milton on that one, but I missed it.
No, I think he called Lassiter.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out in a second.
The defensive player, number 33, Lopez.
Yep.
I didn't see what the call was. It was
David
a
Lopez.
slash or what it was.
Well, it's David Lopez. You're right about that. One of their finest defenders. A 52 ground ball recovered man, and he's forced 32 turnovers so far this year. But the junior will spend some time down on the sidelines as his team is down a man again. Second time Milton has had the one-man advantage, up by a goal.
You never want to see a great ground ball guy sitting in the box at this point in the game. You need him on the field scooping up ground balls.
Can Milton cash in on this opportunity? Boy, Ryan Smith is coming way out of the goal a couple of times, and it turns into a goal.
That was very nice.
An underhand goal, I believe. It was underhanded. One way or another, it turns into a Milton goal.
I mean, I give that the kid who fed that goal. We're going to replay in a minute.
I missed the feeder, but I saw
he put it right
the
in his
score.
stick. He didn't have to adjust at all. He just put it in his stick low and boom.
Jake Jenkins.
Right back.
Jake Jenkins with the goal. Let's see it.
All right, move the ball, move it around. Right here.
Yep.
Put it right. Oh no, he caught it high, went low. Wow. That was nice. That was a nice play by him.
Jake Jenkins now with 33 goals on the 2012 season.
Lassiter needs to step up and score some goals right now.
And now it's danger time, isn't it?
Yeah, they got to get something going.
9-7. They've got possession here. Oh boy. Rolling free. Oh, and he couldn't corral it.
Oh.
Lassiter's got it back. And the push. Rowley already with 2 goals today. This is a big moment, isn't it, Doc? Timeout.
We're getting the timeout.
Tom Dale fills it. Or excuse me, Brendan Leeser fills it.
Yep, let's get a timeout. Let's see what we got. We'll put our best offensive guys out there and maybe get us a goal.
4:33 left in the state championship game. Maybe.
And again, we had an opportunity to talk to Coach Leeser, and we asked him what he likes about coaching.
Best about coaching is probably, believe it or not, the challenge. You know, it's kind of the same reason I teach. It's you get a bunch of guys all in the same room, field, and you're motivated to try and get them to perform past what they think they can do and what everybody else says they can do. And you know, this year is a perfect example of us going beyond what people said we could and would do. So here we are, both in the classroom we excel. We've got probably a third of our kids are academic scholars. They're very smart. On the field, they're exceptional athletes. They challenge themselves. They let us challenge them as coaches, and they just like to perform and play the game they love.
Been a dream season for both of these programs so far in 2012, and Brendan Leeser, in his first year as the head coach of the men of Troy, has led them to the state championship game, but they trail by 2 goals at 9-8 with 4.5 minutes left.
It's been a good one. We knew it would be.
Yep.
Although earlier it looked like it might get a little out of hand. Lassiter closed the gap, and Milton came back and answered with 2 goals, and here we are.
This Lassiter program, familiar with this spot, being in the state championship game, I mean. They're 1-3 all time in the state title game. An absolutely huge possession here. Shank. Garrett, their leader, their overall team captain, 2 goals so far. Puts a shot on, and he does it again!
Nice shot.
Can you believe Garrett Shank has the hat trick? He's the leading goal scorer of the ball game, and at 4:15, it's 9-8.
Honestly, I didn't think he was going to pull the trigger on that. I thought his angle got too reduced, and I thought he was going to give it up for the attack, but he just proved me wrong.
I'll tell you what, Doc, if he's not going to South Carolina to play for a Division I or II lacrosse team, that's going to be a heck of a club team, my friend.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, they do have some great club teams now. Oh, that was a nice shot. Just,
boy.
Just good, hard, on the run.
Jackson Cate, the goalie for Milton, with good reflexes, but boy, he just smoked that one right past him. And Santa and Milton win the face-off again. We'll be under 4 minutes here by the time they get to the box. Lockwood trying to set something up. It's getting now to the point where Milton they were to score here within about the next minute, it might spell doom and disaster for Lassiter.
I've seen crazier things happen in the last 10 seconds of a lacrosse game. So,
As long as you shoot it, right?
as long as you got the ball and you can get your hands free, you never know what's going to happen on the offensive end.
3.5 left. 1 goal game. These chicks so big back behind the net. Top side.
Now you're going to look for Milton to kill a little clock.
Yeah.
Just move the ball around. If they don't start doing, you're going to hear the refs yell or keep it in. Now, the other thing you got to realize, and our audience needs to know, is once we get to the 2-minute mark, you got the ball and you're leading, you have to keep it in.
Right.
It's not a question of whether the refs tell you to. You need to. That's the rule.
Well, that one close.
And I've seen a lot of games change on the last 2 minutes because of that, losing possession.
That call was very, very close, and Lassiter, the beneficiary of it. The push.
He was smart. There was nothing there, and he got it behind. They set up, and let's see what they can do. This place will go nuts if they tie it up right here.
Well, you're not kidding. Jack works it around to the top. Olsen. It's loose, still loose, picked up.
Picked up, good backup.
Finally,
right
the possession pulled away by Tom Barret. Now he gives it back off to Fitzharris. Jack trying to find something, trying to work around a pick. Instead comes back to the near side. Still can't find a man. Gives back off. Stuart Goodall. Goodall back over to the top. Olsen gives it up as well. 2 minutes. Coming up on 2 minutes in the state title game. Boy, the tension. Down inside. Barret with a spinning shot.
Barret with
There's
a
no
nice look.
2:07, Doc. Lassiter possession. Fitzharris can find a small seam and score. Puts the shot on, no good.
All right, we're under 2 minutes. Milton gets the ball. We're going to need to keep it in the box at their end. I'm looking for Garrett. He's got the ball, right?
Shank. No way he does it again. No way. Olsen.
I bet you did, but I'm not hungry.
He's going to try it. He's going to do it, Doc. No good. Olsen found it. Gives off. Still no good. Ball still loose underneath there, and the ground ball pulled away by Jackson Tate.
Ball movement, nice save.
Under 1:20 left. The throw ahead. Milton's got possession. They need double-team defenders, don't they, Doc? And a timeout. Not sure who called that one.
It's a good timeout. I'll tell you why it's a good timeout. They didn't get the ball in the box, right?
And they weren't going to have enough time.
So they have 10 seconds. Now they got 10 seconds, so they can kill another 10 seconds off the clock before they got to get it in the box.
I get it.
See, had they called the timeout, they would have had to start in the box.
So 1:10 left. You're the head coach for Lassiter. What do you do?
Oh, you're going to come out and have to press everybody.
Yeah.
You're going to have to put your best defender on the ball and shut off all the adjacents, and hopefully you come up with the ball.
If you're Milton, how long and how many open shots do you pass up?
Milton, let me tell you, you pass them all up if you can win this game 9-8. You don't give them back the ball, because if you score, there's going to be a face-off, and who knows who wins that and who scores. So what you do is you give your ball to your best offensive guy, the guy that can hold the ball and move his feet and kill time. Yeah,
a guy who squirms.
And they're gonna get in that box, and they're gonna get and I would think what we would do is we would run a kill clock behind the goal, and we'll see how they decide to kill their clock. But I don't think you're going to see the ball come towards the top of the box once they get it in. They'll keep it behind the goal.
Yeah.
Because if they do lose it, the Lassiter's got to go a lot further to get to their end. You see what I'm saying? If it gets back end, they got to go 100 yards. Off the sideline, it shortens their field.
We'll see how the strategy of Tom Dell versus the strategy of Brendan Leeser, the two head coaches respectfully tonight, plays out here over the last 1:10. And maybe more. If overtime's necessary,
there it is. There's the break. And who's got the ball?
Garrett Shank.
Garrett Shank.
Hold your breath at home.
Under a minute.
Boom! Garrett Shank is tied the state championship game with 55 seconds remaining. He did it. He heard me. And he did it. No way he'll do it, and he does it.
I'll have the filet mignon and the...
You think I earn enough money?
The steamed vegetables.
Let's take another look at it, Doc. It's Garrett Shank on the burst.
He had one idea. Shoot. Everything he had went in that shot right there.
Holy.
That's a memory he'll have the rest of his life. And good for him.
Remember, and I was just about to say it, folks, before I said hold your breath collectively. If we go to overtime, it's sudden victory. 1 goal for the state title. But let's just hold on a second here. 55 seconds, Doc Lombardo. What do you do if you're Milton and Hunter Sano wins this faceoff, which, let's face it, 70% of the time he does?
Oh, now you got to have something, draw it up quick, get it into your best shooter's hands, and let him go.
Just real quick, that's what you think Dell's doing. He's drawing up an offensive play right now because he has that much confidence in Sano.
You know, time isn't his friend now.
Right.
Know? Unless he wants to play for overtime. But I would try to get one in the net. I'm sorry.
The face-off has never been so important, Doc Lombardo. It'll be Hunter Santa versus Clay Roel.
This is a big one for him. He could be 64%. He's probably higher after today. But,
and the biggest one of his life.
And this is a real important one. I tell my kids, you're out here playing to make memories, and this is a great moment to make memories that you'll take the rest of your life.
It's mano a mano. And as the whistle blows, Milton had it for a split second. It's still loose. Who will get credit for the ground ball? Still loose.
Still loose.
Oh, look at the great stick play there. Still loose in Milton. No, Lassiter's got it.
Lassiter's got it.
Lassiter's got it at 40 seconds. And the push.
Oh,
boy, not a great decision.
That was not a...
Still loose, however. Still loose, however. And it's pulled away. The push. Gant. Jared has it behind the net. We're at 25 seconds. Gant gives it away. Shot on, save made by Jackson Cady. Tries to hit his man on the break. Instead it spits out. Garrett Shank's got it at 15 seconds. And a whistle stops play.
What do we have?
Not sure. Haven't seen a sign from the official yet. Let's take a look at the last shot. We'll have to run it quick back to live play.
I was kind of, he wanted to score, I understand, but that's a tough shot. That defenseman was all over his hands, and it's tough to shoot when you got a pole on your hands.
Force the goalie to make a play, right?
Right, and they got goalie interference.
Oh, look at that check and no call. Ball still loose. They got 8 seconds. Got to get an outlet out here. It's intercepted. It's still loose on top of the official at midfield. They'll have shots.
That's it. We're going overtime.
And it will not be made.
I knew it would go overtime.
Can you believe it, Doc Lombardo?
I was going to say, you know, think what's on your mind. I said this is going overtime.
We are going to overtime in the 5A state championship game. Thanks for joining us here on the GHSA network. I'm sure this score flashing around the high school network, and people are probably tuning in every single minute as we speak. We're going to take a look at the game-tying goal, and then we'll get into a replay. We'll get into the game summary.
This is Garrett Shank's fourth, right? If I'm correct.
Fourth.
Yeah. And look at this, just a good heart. Uses his whole body to fire. Well, you kind of missed it on the camera, but he uses his whole torso. Core strength is big in lacrosse because that's what helps you really fire the ball. Everyone thinks you shoot with your arms. You really shoot with your whole. Good shooters shoot with the whole body.
And Shank's fourth goal of the evening came with under a minute left in this one. If you're just tuning in again, thanks for joining us here on the GHSA Network and the Play On Sports Network channel on YouTube. Alongside Doc Lombardo, I'm Chris Mooneyham. 9-9 in the state championship game. It was 2-1 Lassiter. It was 7-3 Milton. But Lassiter has come roaring back, down 9-7 with about, 3 minutes left. Scored 2 unanswered. The last one by Garrett Shank, his fourth, inside of a minute. We're tied at 9. It's sudden victory for the state title.
Sudden victory, that's right. And I tell you, Coach Lassiter said it right when he said Garrett Shank was a leader in the heart of his team.
Yes.
He proved it tonight so far.
He's also now a 39-goal scorer on the 2012 season.
But again, I'm not counting Milton out. I mean, Milton, they know how to play, they know how to win. So again, what did I say earlier? It's going to come down to the last possession.
Yes, you did.
So.
And it will indeed.
And it will in overtime.
When one of these teams scores the eventual goal that will win the state championship, make sure you got your face glued to your computer screens, or in 2 months, if you've ordered the DVD and you're watching this, scoot your chair closer to the television, because you are going to see a celebration unlike any other that you may have ever seen before. So few times does this happen in the history of Georgia high school athletics. One sudden moment to decide a state championship. At the center face-off, it's Hunter Santa versus Clay Roel.
And here we go.
Still loose.
Still fighting. Still fighting. Still fighting. Still fighting. Oh, Lassiter. Garrett Shank comes up with the ball.
Holy smokes. Shank.
That's a good
And a
timeout.
whistle. Timeout. Yep.
Settle him down. Get
Lassiter.
ready.
Timeout called by the men of Troy. How many timeouts in
Okay,
overtime?
now.
Remind me, real quick.
Overtime.
2?
I think you get 2.
Okay, go ahead. Strategy.
Strategy. I think they're going to give it to Garrett. He's going to force the issue and dump it.
Because he'll get 2 minutes.
He's going to get a lot of action.
I love it. I love it.
And now we're going to hear from Coach Leeser, and he's going to tell us what's special about his team.
The season's pretty amazing because you can watch how we've progressed. If you watch the beginning of the season, middle of the season, end of the season, I mean, there's a true progression on where we are. And then where we are going into this game and even the playoffs, we're a different team than we were in the beginning and in the middle. I mean, we've just continued to keep advancing and progressing. The kids themselves, they have a special kind of bond amongst themselves, and you can kind of see how they've gelled and they've come together to respond to each other. So, you know, they like playing together. They like feeding off of each other. And honestly, we have such special captains that the team will follow anything they set on field. So.
Back at live play. Well, you talk about a magical season. A dream season, a magical ride. How unbelievable is this going to be for one of these two programs? Behind the net, Jack Fitzharris.
They're trying to shut off Garrett Shank. They don't even want him to touch the ball. This guy's in his hip pocket.
They knew what you were thinking. Barre, Tom, scored the opening goal of the match. Fitzharris tries for the dump down in front. Now Rowley, Hunter.
The only way they're going to get Garrett open is someone to go set a pick for him.
Which they do.
No, that's Garrett's up top.
He's got 2 goals. Throws the bounce shot on.
Ooh, interference.
And interference sends us back the other way. The call officially an illegal screen, and we're going back the other way.
I don't know. I might see. Boy,
he's hacking him.
Police. What's his name? My guy, Police, has been hustling all night on defense.
I'll tell
Willie Police. I
Right.
might see him get involved somehow, pick up a ground ball and go the other way with it. It wouldn't surprise me, the way he's been playing.
Nice move.
Ooh.
Left-hander shot, no good. Bet you we won't see much of Ryan Smith coming out of the pipes like he has been earlier in the ball game. He may have his feet planted right now.
Oh boy.
Trying to hit from point blank. Give off in front. He's being checked.
That was.
And it's loose. Oh, and your boy almost had it there. That would have been
it was
unbelievable.
almost Willie Police. Oh.
Jenkins gives off to Lockwood. Evans. Shot
Oh,
and score!
unbelievable.
Evans Lockwood is the hero that will live forever in Milton lore. Evans Lockwood has scored the goal that wins the Milton Eagles their 2nd state championship in team history.
Wow. Just took it, swept, saw an opening, and let it go.
Look at that celebration, and a great hand by the Lassiter fans over here on this side, thanking their men of Troy. But let's take a look at the final goal, Doc Lombardo.
There it is. He just got free of his man. The other guy was sliding, and he took the shot before the slide man got to him, and good bounce shot and scored.
It's the 3rd goal of the night for Evans Lockwood, the midfielder.
You know,
Goodness
you look down on
gracious.
this field right now, and you see one team celebrating, and the other one's just, bent over. And They worked their hard. I mean, I give everything up for Lassiter. They really worked tonight. They put on a great show. They hustled. They came back. They could have just laid down earlier when they got down by 4 and tied it up.
What an amazing ball game, Doc Lombardo.
Fantastic.
A moment of pure and utter exultation on the visitor's sideline. And fan base over there. And then what a moment as the Milton faithful and players come bursting out onto the field. What a tremendous moment for Milton. For the second time in school history, they win the state championship. The Milton Eagles are the 2012 5A boys lacrosse state champions.
Yeah, Milton's 100% in the state.
That's
Two
right.
for two.
Their second state championship this weekend.
Second appearance. No second appearance for the boys. Second victory.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, that as well. The girls won the state championship a little bit earlier with their win over Roswell.
But can I say real quick, Lassiter, they're in good hands with Coach Leeser. He's done a fantastic job. First-year coach. A lot of times they can come in, put in new stuff. There'll be a rebuilding year. And here he is taking it right down to overtime in the state championship.
There's that goal. What a moment. Bob Lombardo, my broadcast partner, now going to try to head down to the sidelines and get an interview with head coach Tom Dell as we take another look at the celebration. And there's part of the celebration, Coach Dell. And that's live now, you're seeing that, as head coach Tom Dell has just been given the Gatorade bath, although I think that was just water. I don't think it was Gatorade. They're drinking some sort of clear Gatorade. But what a tremendous, for those of you just tuning in, let's go through another little quick recap here score-wise. We'll have highlights to take us through this recap, as if you're just joining us, no matter where you're watching across the internet, either on GHSA.TV, the GHSA network, or on the Play On Sports Network on YouTube. A couple of our bigger goals here in this one. This is Evans Lockwood. What a back and forth battle this ended up being. Crisp, clean play by both teams, tremendous passing. That was a huge theme in this one. You see the celebration, the handshakes down on the sidelines, another great moment, another great way of comparing this sport to that of one of its influentials, that being hockey, how the two teams shake hands at the conclusion of each ball game, or at least at the conclusion of a series. Another big goal in this one. Let's watch the workaround. Turned into the underhanded goal there by Jake Jenkins. He scored 2 tonight. Really quickly, let's take a look at it. Brandon Davis scored a goal for Milton. Colin Hall had 2. Jake Jenkins had 2. His 32nd and 33rd goals of the year, as the fan base now has been allowed to rush out onto the field. Well, that's a great job by the security on the Lassiter side to allow those fans to come out onto the field. 10-9, your final. Will come back with more of the recap score-wise and the trophy presentation. You've been watching the 5A Boys Lacrosse State Championship, Milton 10, Lassiter 9, on the GHSA Network.
Okay, can you hear me now? Hello? Hello? Yep, I'm talking.
And now, the 2012 state champion, Milton Eagles, Dennis Payne.
How's that? Can you hear me now? Okay, so do you want me to try to get the coach and do this? Okay, I'll try to go over and grab it. I will.
Back on the campus of Lassiter High School, where the Milton Eagles have won the 5A Boys Lacrosse State Championship. Now down to the field with Doc Lombardo and head coach Tom Dell. Bob?
I'm down here with the head coach of the Milton Eagles, who just won the 2012 GHSA 5A State Championship. Coach, how's it feel?
Feels pretty darn good. These kids have worked real hard for this, and it paid off.
What do you have to say about Garrett Shank?
He's a heck of a player. He was really getting to us there. We had to do a bunch of things to get him, to not let him get the ball. It seemed like every time he got the ball, he made something happen with it. So he's definitely a player that we're going to have to watch here in the future, and a great kid.
Now, earlier you said you had a special group of players. What does this mean to the school and your community?
It means the world to our school and our community. Our kids have been working hard, and they showed all the other players at Milton that it pays off. And I think we've got a couple other state championships over there this year. Good things are going at Milton, and hopefully they keep going.
Well, Coach, I just want to say congratulations. You did an excellent job. That was a fun game to watch, and you should be very proud.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Back to you, Chris.
All right, back up here in the press box at the Frank, where it's mixed emotions, of course, as a lot of the Lassiter faithful watching Milton celebrate the state championship. Milton's second state championship in team history. They beat Lassiter in the 2010 state championship game 13-5. This is the third consecutive year that these two teams have met in the state playoffs, and now Milton has won all three, as a matter of fact. This will send Lassiter to 1-4 now in the state title game, and what an amazing ball game it was. Let's just roll through the statistics very, very quickly. Let's make sure we give these young men their credit and make sure everyone, all of you tuning in right now as we speak, can see this. Davis a goal, Colin Hall scored 2, Jake Jenkins scored his 32nd and 33rd goals of the year, Justin Newell had 2 goals for Milton, and then over on the Lassiter side, Tom Barre had a goal. Hunter Rowley had 2. Jack Fitzharris scored 1, and so did Cash Carlson. Garrett Shank was the star of the ball game. He had 4 and led all scorers with 4 goals in this one. But the star ended up being Evans Lockwood. Lockwood scores 3 goals, including the 3rd to win the night. It went from 2-1 Lassiter to 7-3 Milton. And then all of a sudden, Lassiter comes storming back, scores a goal inside a minute to tie us at 9, and in sudden death victory, Evans Lockwood scores and sends the Milton Eagles to the state championship. For Bob Lombardo and our entire crew here at Lassiter, I'm Chris Mooneyham. Thanks for joining us, everybody, for the 2012 5A Boys Lacrosse State Championship. Milton wins it on the GHSA Network.